Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Tegan talking about grief slash depression slash anxiety slash all those fun stuff. Fun things, fun stuffs, fun things. I'm tired. Anywho, I am in a really good mood. I've had a really nice day. Things are kind of going really good in my life at the moment, and I'm started to feel a little bit better. My medication's kind of getting good, like it's getting there. I'm reacting really well, and yeah, I just feel like I'm in this kind of new a kind of new headspace at the moment in terms of like not only how I feel within myself but how I feel about different things happening in my life. So yeah, I journal. So I finished my other journal, which is crazy because I've never finished like a journal page to page, like end to end before. But I finally finished one. So I bought another one. And yeah, I did some writing today in response to a TED Talk that I shared on my Facebook. In this TED Talk, it was about a woman who founded the group. I think it's called like something about like widowed, like hot young widows or something like that. But so basically what happened was she lost her second pregnancy, her dad, and then her husband all in the space of like 2 months or something crazy like that. And yeah, she was just talking about how to stop using the phrase like moving on from your grief or letting go of your grief and rather moving forward. And that's actually something that I've stopped doing. So it's kind of weird, like, and I've been thinking about it like this past kind of few months. So it's really like weird that I saw another woman who is thinking the same thing. So that was really cool. But yeah, I was kind of on that train of thought, and then I started writing, and I thought, I kind of wish that I had been recording then, but I'm just going to read it like straight from my book. And yeah, and then maybe talk about it afterwards. Okay, so let me tell you a story. Okay, I feel like I've entered this new stage of my grief. I don't like using the word stage because I really don't believe that there are stages to grief, but I feel like I've entered a new feeling towards my grief. So for so long, I've scrutinized myself for not reacting more like how I thought I should have. This preconception of what it should have looked like meant to me that I should have been broken down and been like, spending months in my bed. And yeah, I don't know why I'm adding more things in what I write. Anyway, for a really long time, I tried to force myself into feeling like this. And when I didn't break, I judged myself and thought to myself, how heartless can I be? I always thought that this kind of breakdown was inevitable and that it was only a matter of time before everything clicked in my head and I would lose myself. The thought of this really scared me because I always wanted to get back to the person I was before my parents passed away. But the truth is, I'm never, ever going to be this person again because my life is never going to look like it did before. My parents have died, but they are still so present in my life. They are present in the relationship that I have with my brother and my family, and all the people that share blood with my mum and dad. They are present in their friends that I can learn new memories of. They are present in my photos I have spread all over my walls. They are present in all the places I went with them and all the experiences that we shared. They are present in my mind when I can still hear their advice and words of love. They are still so present in me because, of course, I am half of both of them. Maybe that's the reason I've never broken like I thought I should have. Because I have the strength that they did. Because I have the strength that they did. The two strongest people that I'll ever know. So what if I never break down? And so what if I never lose that part of myself that I feared that I would? The truth is, I haven't lost a part of myself. But I have lost the two most important people in my life, and that will always be a gaping hole. But I haven't lost that part. It'll always be there. With the 19 years of memories that I had with them, and with the lifetime of memories that they won't be here for. But that's okay, because their love will be there, always with me. And if I do break down, that's okay too, because I'm a fighter. I am strong, I am resilient. I have gotten this far and I will keep going, because I will never move on from my parents. I will never let go of them or the pain that I feel because they're not here. but all the new emotions that I do experience are what makes me the person I am now, the fighter. I will move forward with my grief and always feel that whole every day of my life. So yeah, I think that kind of summarizes how I have been feeling like towards my grief and towards like the feelings of my parents passing, because yeah, like I never broke down the way that you see on the movies or the way that you hear people breaking down, you know, like when parents die or somebody dies, they, you know, like spend days in their bed and just crying all the time and all that stuff. I never did that. I did it for like 2 days after mum died. Like I didn't eat, I slept, but I was just crying like constantly. And then after the funeral, I just switched into this like game mode where I was like, okay, I got to get back to uni, I got to get the house sorted, I got to get Ruben sorted, I got to just, you know, get back to my normal life. But yeah, it's just interesting how so many things in my mind have changed. Like there isn't normal anymore. There isn't you know, I'm never going to be like normal Tegan, because normal Tegan is dead. She can't come to the phone right now. She's, you know, Taylor Swift. Anyway, yeah, I'm never going to get back to that person ever. No matter how much I try, I'm never ever going to be that person that I was. Of course, I'm not like this whole, you know, new person that I don't recognize myself, because I do. But it's just like, of course, I'm never going to be the same, because I've lost the two most people. Why do I keep saying that? Two most important people in my life, and especially my mum. Like my mum is literally like the biggest part of me, and of course, I'm never going to be the same, because my life is never going to be the same without her here. So yeah, it's honestly just switching my perspective from, okay, I'm not going to get back to normal. This is my new normal. Like I refer to it as like pre-parents dying and like post-parents dying. And it's not two separate lives, it's just two different stages. Like right now, it's okay that I'm not. It's okay that I didn't break down, you know, it's okay. And I can't ever force myself to do that. And like, why should I be? Like, I wouldn't say I'm dealing fine, because of course, like, there are times where I'm like, I just feel like, you know, and that's fine. But 90% of the time I'm fine. And that's a good thing. And I don't know why I've spent so long being like, oh my gosh, I need to break down, because I don't. Like, I know that my parents are gone. I'm not in denial. I'm not doing unhealthy things to cope. Like, yeah, okay, I have the odd drink, but not as much as like other people. Like, I'm not going to compare, but like not as much as like, I drink as much as my friends, you know? I don't drink abnormally. I feel like I've dealt with it in a healthy way. But yeah, it's honestly, like, it's hard to, grief is just this big thing, and I learn more and more about it every day. But yeah, I've stopped saying I'm letting go of my parents or I'm moving on. And people need to stop expecting that of people that have lost things. Like, you're never gonna move on, ever. That pain is still gonna hurt as much as it did initially throughout my whole life. And people need to realize that. And like, to be a good friend, I think you just need to, yeah, like, just not expect that of people. Of course, like, you know, on the anniversaries and birthdays and even on normal days, like, I just have bad grief days, and that's fine. Yeah, it's just a big old journey, but yeah, I've kind of stopped judging myself so hard for not breaking down. And yeah, just kind of riding the wave at the moment, because like most of the time I'm really good. And like I'm still on medication and stuff like that, but I think I'm starting to think about coming off it, which is really scary and exciting. But yeah, of course there are going to be those bad days, but the thing is that I've learned is to let myself feel those, because for so long I would stop myself due to fear of like losing myself. But I need to stop doing that, and it's like, it's training your mind to be like, okay, like, don't suppress that. It's like with anything, like, just don't suppress feelings. You just got to talk about it. But yeah, it's just, yeah, letting myself really feel those things when I do, but not letting it overcome me, just always picking myself up. So yeah, I think that's I think that's my spiel for today. I feel like I had something else to talk about. Let me think. No, not coming to me. But that's okay. So yeah, this is more of just a PSA about where my mind is at the moment. But yeah, I'm getting there. I wouldn't say I'm getting there because that's another thing. There is no end point. There is no end point. There shouldn't be a point to I'm trying to get to in terms of my grief. It's like I'm coping now, and I will be coping, but it's fine to not be coping. You know? Yeah. Okay. I feel like I could just keep going on and on, so I'm gonna not. But yeah, thank you for listening and caring. And yeah, same as every time. If you want to talk, I'm always here. Love to talk. Love to help people. Love to talk about mental health because we need to talk about it. But yeah, thanks for listening.